are on Goat Baby Watch here at Revive Roots Farm. So today I want to take you along on the journey to see how I check for signs of impending labor. Hi everybody, I'm Molly from Revive Roots Farm, where we share all things homesteading, natural living, and real food from scratch. Today, I'm going to check my goats. I have a couple of goats that are ready and one that I don't know when her due date is. So I am anxiously awaiting her kids. And so every day there's a couple things I check for to see how she is progressing. Now, goat gestation is 145 to 155 days. The smaller breeds, like my Nigerian dwarfs, they typically go on the shorter side at about 145, and the standard breeds like Latte that you might have just seen here, she's an Alpine, they go closer to 150. Now, they can go a little earlier or a little later. It just depends. Just like us, God is going to decide when these babies come. Because goats have a kind of a window of due dates, I like to start keeping an eye on my goats about a week before the 145 day mark. I calculate when their due date is, I'll back up a week from that, and that's when I will really start checking these signs. When you're checking for signs of labor, you will be looking at a lot of goat backsides. We are looking at vulvas, udders. We are looking at all sorts of stuff. We're looking at their bellies from behind. So you might even see a little mucus coming out. But we are going to look at that, and I will show you on Latte, my standard Alpine. I'll show you how I'm going to check her today. All right, let's go. This is Latte. She's my Alpine, and I do not know her due date. I got her last October, and she was in with a buck for about a month, and the ultrasound didn't confirm pregnancy, and I never thought she was pregnant because she didn't expand out. Well, looking back, I actually have pictures, and she expanded down. So none of this black, I couldn't hardly see any of this black in pictures when we first got her. So I noticed that she was pregnant one day because her milk bag started filling up. So she started bagging up. And that is the first, one of the first things you can see. Sometimes your doe won't bag up until she's giving birth, basically. Other times they'll bag up a month before. So that was actually almost a month ago. So I was really excited to find out she was pregnant. Now, that's one sign. You can see that the udder starts filling up with milk. Another sign is that their vulvas will start changing. So you want to know a baseline on all your goats. You really want to take time to get to know all of them, especially ones that are pregnant, because you want to know what they look like on a regular basis so that you can notice any subtle changes that they may have. As you can see, her vulva is very, very, very puffy. So a typical vulva is flat. It doesn't poke out like that. Another thing you can look for is any mucus. You can look for any mucus that they may have. I raise her tail every day to see if she has any changes. Sometimes you can see the cervix opening a little bit, so the opening of the vulva will get a little larger and a little more open. This chicken thinks she's a goat. I have bird dogs, and they started eating all the chickens, and so she got smart and she said, "I'm going to go live with the goats." So she came in here, and now she stays with the flock. But anyway. Okay, so I haven't noticed any mucus changes. A lot of times they'll lose their mucus plug right before birth. Sometimes they can lose it a week before. Goodness. But that is another thing you want to look for. You can also see that the kids have dropped. So if your doe is typically like a barrel and she's really plump like this, you can see that when she's about to give birth, her stomach starts to look really skinny up top, and the kids have dropped in the birth canal. I'm not probably going to notice that with her because she's already holding low. So I just try to look for any changes. I haven't noticed anything so far. Now, I'm gonna have to give her a little bit more grain before we do this. The best and most accurate sign is going to be these ligaments that run down the spine right here. So this is the ligament test. I do this every morning and every afternoon before I go in for the day. You find the tailbone that slants, and you can feel these pencil-like ligaments that run right along to the pin bones. And you see these are the pin bones. You find those and you kind of feel them together. If they're super firm and feel like hard pencils, she's not ready. If you can start to squish them together, she's getting closer. And if you don't really feel them at all, then you can probably expect labor within 8 to 12 hours. Definitely be on watch if you don't feel any ligaments. Now, she has given me false alarms. She's given me false alarms this week, and for some reason I didn't think, and it might just be me trying to make her go into labor, but I didn't feel her ligaments, and then I'd come back and I would. So that's why I check 2 times a day, just to make sure she's getting antsy. But anyway, so that checking ligaments is going to be your best telltale sign, because these other signs are just possibilities, and not every doe has the other signs. And they don't really tell you that she's going to go into labor pretty much that day. So always check ligaments. You definitely, like I say, you want to get a baseline on your does. So you want to know what those feel like when they are hard. And if you have a doe that's not pregnant, go check hers and see what they feel like. They are so hard. They really do feel like little pencils. So anyway, I hope this helps today. If you are new to kidding and this is your first kidding season, I know my first kidding season was so stressful because I didn't know what to look for. And so I wanted to put this out so that you could get a little bit better idea and be more prepared than I was my first season. Well, if you like videos like this, please give us a thumbs up and leave us a comment. We love to chat. If you want to get notifications on all things homesteading, all things homesteading, natural living, and real food from scratch, please subscribe to our channel where we will be posting videos about all of those things. Now, thank you so much for stopping by the farm today. I really hope to see you soon.